Let it all out. Go on, let it all out. Ow!
Feels good.
Yeah. Now, I was wondering what you were going to look like, because here you are on the cover of Premiere, and your head is somewhat, oh, it's too soon. They can't get it yet. But in Timeline, your hair is longer. And I like it like this. I like it always. You're cute, so you can't really go wrong. Look at that, though. That's Premiere Magazine. Is that this month?
No, that was a little while ago already.
Oh, that's cute. All right, and very similar to the haircut you had when you were growing up.
Someone did their homework to dig that one out.
Uh-huh. We're always looking for new things. Now, you got, all of a sudden, it's adorable. Now, how old were you there?
I have no idea.
That's not you, is it? No, that's you. You're like 12 or something there?
I think probably about that, yeah, maybe a little younger.
Because you did commercials. I mean, everybody knows you from these films that were huge hits, and all of a sudden everybody's very aware of you, but you were doing commercials as a kid.
Yeah, see, my mother was a model. She was born and raised here in the area, and so it was just kind of like the thing to do, I guess. She, she was a house mom, and she thought, hey, let's get the kids out there and, see if I can get them in a few commercials.
Wait, your mom was a model and a house mom?
Yeah, well, the modeling career kind of took a dive after, motherhood and all that.
Oh.
But she's pretty busy with that alone. But yeah, no, there's 3 of us all in all. But it was just one of those things. I think it was fun for her, and we enjoyed it, so we did it when we were younger.
You did a lot of commercials, though. I mean, I read, your bio, and it's a tremendous amount of commercials.
Yeah, probably like 40, maybe 50 national commercials.
And then you had acted before, obviously, before these films, but this is what everybody really got to know you from.
Yeah, mainly the Fast and the Furious. The first one just did really well, and no one really knew what to expect, and as a result, we ended up going back and making a sequel.
Yeah.
Now they're even talking about maybe potentially doing a 3rd.
Really?
Yeah.
What happens after when it's too fast and too furious? Where do you go from there?
Super duper fast and super duper furious.
Oh no, Fast and Furious. But you can take that if you want, and because you're into all that stuff. And did you do your driving in there?
Yeah, some of it, but I mean, I have a stunt double. But I think it's in my blood. My grandfather raced cars, and so that was a big part of the reason actually how it all came together. They asked me. I was actually working with the same studio and the same director that directed the first one. They said, "Hey, what would you like to do next?" I said, "Man, I'd like to do a movie where I was racing cars, and maybe playing an undercover cop." And then a few months later, they came to me with the idea. So that's what I love about my job.
Wow.
It's like I get paid to play make-believe, you know what I mean? It's like as a kid, my mom would start up the car and she'd have to run back inside. I'd slide over in the Buick LeSabre station wagon, racing cars,
Yeah.
And then Timeline, like, it's the same kind of thing. Once again, it's like I grew up and it's like every trash can lid was a shield, because we go back to medieval France in the movie, so there's knights and everything.
Right.
Sticks or swords, and
Yeah.
that's the best thing about my job. I get paid to go play make-believe and never have to grow up kind of thing.
Yeah, and do dangerous things too.
Yeah, which is fun.
Now, so you probably want to do a movie next that you what's it called? Heli snowboarding?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Heliboarding.
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 And do you know about this? I know it's not the right name, and I've only done it once. I can't even imagine this. So they take you up in a helicopter, and the reason they take you up because there are no trails and no one's ever done it, and you get dumped off out of a helicopter and you snowboard down a mountain, and you don't know if there's going to be a drop or what's happening, or.
Well, you have a guide, because basically the best place to go, in my opinion, is the northern, like Canadian Rockies. But we're basically snowboarding on these glacial formations, and there's these huge crevices, and some of them are like 150, 200 feet deep. So you have a guide that really knows the terrain, and you just stay on the inside of his tracks. But it's unbelievable. You get up there, there's no one around for miles. It's super quiet, pristine, untracked snow.
And it should remain that way. I mean, how do they know where to pick you up? How do you know where to go to get down to the bottom of the...
You just hope your guide knows where he's going.
Right, but have you ever gotten lost or anything?
No, not yet.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, really, that's incredible. But you're into all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Southern California, so it's like, I skate, I surf, I snowboard, I play a lot of volleyball, and hang out with my friends, and It's the beach.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the summertime.
Well, it's working out well for you, whatever you did to prepare for this. And now the timeline is, you talked a little bit about that. We have a clip. And what is this? Do you know the clip?
Yeah, basically, I'm crazy about this girl. You see me put my arm around her. But Frances O'Connor, basically, we're trying to figure out what's happened to my dad. And we're just beginning to piece together that maybe he's back in medieval France, which is a long story in itself and the setup, and I'm not good at it. So why don't we just run the clip?
Okay. Timeline opens in theaters Wednesday, November 26th. Paul, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.